They were killed also on the beach where I was. They came to the beach where we were. These rebels, some people ran away, others stayed, and they took women, boys, and children with them.
Manuel joins me from Pretoria, South Africa to discuss this. He is the Institute for Security Studies Regional Coordinator for Southern Africa. Thanks, Martin. What more do we know about this group?
Well, what we know is that this is originally a local group that began active operations in 2017. But we know that the group itself, known as Alusuna Wajama, was formed in 2007. But I think what has made this group the most dangerous so far has been the involvement of the Islamic State, or Daesh, in 2018, which actually began claiming attacks in 2019. And we have seen most of the attacks since then have borne the signature of Daesh, which is why we see the kind of attacks that have just happened in Palma. And before that, last year, we had some gruesome attacks in Mocimboa prior, where they captured the city and continue to control it up to today.
Cabo Delgado is one of the poorest provinces in Mozambique, and yet rich in natural gas deposits. How much of this is playing into the attacks, the crisis?
Well, it has certainly been a source of frustration for many of the people in the region, especially the youth. 99% of whom are not employed. They have no jobs. And the coming of this insurgency has made things even worse for northern Mozambique and Cabo Delgado in particular. I believe that even though it is not the original source of the insurgency, but it has certainly contributed, to the fight, especially when it comes to recruitment of youth, young people who have no jobs and have been lured by Alusuna Wajama and the Islamic State. So certainly poverty has a role to play in the continuation of this insurgency so far.
So what will it take to bring the insurgency to an end?
Look, I think we've passed the critical stage where we believe the insurgency could have been resolved by local means. We passed that long ago in 2017 when they began. The way it is now, and I think Mozambicans will agree that it contains a lot of foreign influence. There are a lot of foreign fighters in the group, which means that Mozambique alone cannot deal with this insurgency without external support. What we believe, although the military solution will always be part of the grand solution, but it is far from being the only one. So what we are suggesting is that there must be some sort of a dialogue. There must be some sort of a reconciliation. Mozambique launched a couple of years back the amnesty, but that program was abolished because there was lack of trust and confidence on both sides. I think we should launch that process and bring back the confidence and trust that could make it work. We also believe that social reconciliation is necessary. And of course, the biggest one is economic development. If the region continues to be what it is, I don't think it will work, especially given the fact that the inhabitants of the region consider themselves to be very lucky with the discovery of rubies in 2009 and the liquid natural gas in 2010. They believe that so far they've not been able to benefit from this. The recruitment into those companies that are exploring the gas has not included the youth, has not included people from the region. And therefore they think that this is another incident where they saw in the rubies affair where, most of the resources went to companies from abroad that are exploiting it. So we believe that the economic development must be a key part of the solution to deal with this insurgency in the north. And of course, border control, because we've seen that many of the insurgents are coming from Tanzania, they're coming from Somalia, they're coming from the DRC. If these borders are not controlled, they will continue to flood in, and it will be very difficult for any country to deal with these insurgents.
Manuel, thank you so much for your time.